Now joining us in the studio is Sunusi Musa, the National Coordinator of the Nigerian Consolidation Ambassador Network, the group that bought the President Buhari's nomination from. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us.
Good evening, viewers.
Good evening to you now. What was your immediate reaction now when to the claims that what you did is a violation of Section 91 of the Electoral Act?
Well, by the grace of God, I happen to be a lawyer, so I can claim to have some little knowledge of the law. And it's quite surprising that PDP, which ought to have a national legal advisor and ought to have so many lawyers that are members of the party, can go out with such a claim, which is laughable anyway. Perhaps if they try to reach Section 91 in its entirety, together with Section 87 of the Act, and they would have understood that this has nothing to do with contravening of the Act. When you check Section 87 of the Act, it clearly said that, particularly subsection 4 of Section 87, when it talks about the process of primary election, it said that the person who emerged with the highest number of votes is going to be a candidate of the party. So it is when you conduct a primary election that a candidate of a party will emerge by the provision of Section 87. Now let's go to Section 91 sub 9 they talk about. Perhaps if they were able to, they avail themselves and reach Section 91 subsection 8 of the Constitution, they could have seen that it is stated there that in computing what is spent as an election spending, what is given to the party. Let me read from the section. It says, Section 91 subsection 8, in determining the total expenditure incurred in relation to the candidature of any person at any election, no account shall be taken of A, any deposit made by the candidate or on his or her nomination in compliance with the law. This is clearly stated in subsection 8 of the same Section 99. In what this section is saying, what this provision is saying is that assuming without conceding that what we did is a contravention of the Electoral Act, that the donation is a contravention of the Electoral Act. Assuming, I mean, it's come within the contemplation of that. By the provision of this Act, what is paid before the primary election as a deposit in the process of nominating a candidate should not be accounted. And the question is, did NCAN donate any money to President Buhari? Certainly no. We obtained the form from the party. It is a form, 2 papers, 2 documents, expression of interest and the nomination form. That is what we donated to President Buhari. So certainly that does not come within the contemplation, because I don't know whether a piece of papers can be counted as money. So the argument is just fallacious, and it's just surprising that same PDP is saying that. Some few days we have seen how the former vice president staged some people to say they have purchased the form for him at the cost of 12 million naira. And PDP did not call so in other words, let them call for the sanction on itself first. So he who comes to equity must come with the killing hands. So in this direction, the hands of PDP are soiled, assuming that any provision of the law. It does not lie in their mouth to say that INEC should do anything. But I think we understand their frustration. We understand that how they were being out of power after having access to the our Commonwealth, and how they squandered our Commonwealth, and now that opportunity is not there. So they can do anything to think that they can frustrate the government. But certainly they will not succeed. The Nigerian people are wiser and they have seen the difference. And when they go low, we will not join them. We will remain high where we are.
Okay, now let's talk about your group.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about your group? Is it registered?
Yeah, it is registered. It is a registered group. This is a group we started as far back as August 2007.
Okay.
We opened a website. That time we were desirous to see that the president. We were concerned actually whether the president will seek re-election or not, because of the gain that were made, and we thought we feel that there is need to consolidate on those gains, and we thought that we have to come together to add our voice to voices of reasoning, to call on the president to recontest, to offer himself for the Nigerian people to serve again, which we know he was forced to do same in 2015. But was so kind, by April he was able to accede to that goal. And that time we embarked on a coalition of signatures of 10 million Nigerians, so just about 15% of the voter population, to call on him for him to contest. And he decided to contest. And discreetly, it was our decision that said we must pull resources together so that whenever the party decide to say this is what we want for people to obtain the nomination form, we are going to pay for it. We did not make any noise, and we have done it. And we have not contravened the provision of any law. Certainly we have not.
Okay, talking about pulling resources together, like you said now, I'm curious. How did you raise the 45 million naira?
We've raised it from different Nigerians, people that feel that they have a duty to assist the president in making this country great. Your reporters were at the presentation of the check. Instantly, somebody whom we have never seen in our life. We have never seen him. To God who made me, I don't know him. We have never met that Emperor Baywood, Chris Baywood, a businessman. He came, he just learned about it because we made it discreetly. He learned about it. He said he must stay there, and he donated. He donated the sum of 5 million naira instantly. Okay. This is somebody that we don't know. He's not in our member as at then. And he's not a politician. He doesn't belong to any political party. He's not a contractor, for people to say. So apart from that donation, nobody donates anything as much as more than 300,000 naira. And let me say this to anybody, to God who made me, no single government official made a single donation to the money. And in the entire process, we have not involved any government officials on how we are going to carry out our duty. But then whatever people will say, it is, they are entitled to the opinion. We are proud of what we have done. We are happy that Nigerian people, majority of the masses, are happy with our decision.
Okay, now let's talk about your members. Are your members all card-carrying APC members?
No. Some are ordinary Nigerians that are just desirous of seeing good governance in the country.
Okay, now finally, what informed your group's decision to purchase the expression of interest?
We have said it. If you have read my speech at the presentation of the check, we have seen the good work that have been started. We have seen how the president was able to redeem the image of this country at the international arena. We have seen, we knew before he comes, about 14 local government of this country have been, have been seized out from the Nigeria by terrorist group Boko Haram. There is no any part of this country that is now under the control of the Boko Haram, as it was 14 local government were in control of local. That has been achieved. We knew that those of us that are not there, even in Abuja, people go to markets with apprehension that some people may detonate a bomb. Somebody like me who comes from Kano State, I know a journey that used to take me 4 hours to make, it will take me 12 hours because of the checkpoints of the road. All those things are not there. The threat to our security is not there. We have seen that how the people of Niger Delta, who were forced by the mismanagement of the resources of this country to take arm or become militants, and they have seen the sincere approach to governance to address the issues, the neglect of the Niger Delta in President Buhari. They have decided to give a peace a chance. We have seen how the deliberate effort of the president, who you cannot sit over the night to strike personal deal with Nigerian resources, has boosted the confidence of investors, that now we have inflow of direct foreign investment in the country. We have seen the infrastructural work that is going on. When you go around entire the country, there is no state in Nigeria today that you don't have a federal project that is going on. So we have seen how 500 graduates were given employment through the NPower program of employing teachers at secondary school and primary school level. We have seen how 400,000 families, the extremely poor families, have been given 5,000 every month to ameliorate their hardship. So these are some of the things that we have seen in the president. We have seen how billions of naira were recovered from those who have stolen the wealth of our country, and now it has been plugged back to the system. We have seen how projects that were hitherto abandoned that are going on now, even here in Abuja. Roads are opening. Those were just that were awarded and abandoned. So all this come together, and so many things informed our decision to go ahead to do what we have done. And certainly there is no regret. We will continue to campaign for the president. We will do all that we can within our power to convince Nigerians to support the president. And we will go out again, as we did in 2015, to ask Nigerians, poor Nigerians, to donate to his campaign funds. And they are ready to do it. And even now, many people are not happy with us, thinking that we did it without informing them. Go and check it in the social media, how people are talking about it. Okay. So it is only few elites, those who thought that the Nigerian Commonwealth is something that they should be allowed to feast on, that are not happy, and they will continue to be happy, because their unhappiness is our happiness, and we will continue to be happy with their unhappiness.
All right, thank you very much for coming on the news.
Thank you very much.
Well, that was Sunusi Musa, the national coordinator of the group that brought the president his nomination form.